as you can see, there's 4 blocks, sorry, and you can have 4 workshops, and you can choose them all from here, and you can have an extra maths or reading or writing, and you also need to have a maths, reading and writing, and here, if there's nothing out of the workshops that you can do for the day, and you really want to do it, then you have to go negotiate it with Erin or Amy, and you can put and if they say yes, you can put like a little photo of yourself in this box, and
Speak up, Maya.
this is what, once we put our pictures on the wall of with our numbers, we get like this piece of paper, and we put down my name, and then we write down like what we have put it down with on the wall, so that, and Erin put some like the colours, and then like the name of it, so we can spell it, and they all have different colours. There's 3 of each of all different types of the reading, writing and maths, and they all have different colours for reading, writing and maths. This is a daily planner. It is when you plan your day. In the morning you look on the TV, or you can go on the computer to find out what you are going to do. If you don't have any reading or writing, you can do whatever you want on the planner. For example, if you wanted to do creative writing, you look for it on your planner and take it off and write it in the box. Workshop. A workshop is when you plan what you are going to do. For example, if you wanted to do a dance workshop, you need to say in your book where are you going to be and what days they are on and what will you need. When you finish that workshop planning, show it to the teacher. Then the teacher will print you a sheet. There will be questions on the sheet which you write in your book. When you have done that, show it to your teacher. Then you'll have your own workshop.
My past of learning when I was a kid in my old school was when the teacher planned your own day, we all had to do the same thing, and we never did anything we like. It made me feel really bored in class. Sometimes I felt like I needed to sleep. Some of the things they made me do, or if I got a backwards word in my story I read, they made me write on the border sometimes 100 times or sometimes 36.
So this is the present at the school we are in now. We get to do anything we need to do. Like, I want to be a doctor when I'm older, and I'm allowed to go on a device and plan it in my planning, and then I can just get a device and find out more about doctors.
Yeah. And what we can do in the school, we can actually plan our own day, and we can learn what we want to learn.
And we can do something called a project, and we can do a project what we want, and we can keep on doing it, we keep on researching, and we show it off to everybody.
You can talk about how you take your planning first.
So this is how we plan our day. At the top of when we're planning, we have to write down planning because that's the time when we're planning. Basically, I think we only get 30 minutes planning. This one we have to plan our whole entire week.
Yeah, and this is called a weekly planner, and on the TV or you can go on the computer, it will say what you do, and then you can like write the workshops, and you can and if you have any free spaces you can like put in the projects that you need to do.
So these boys, they'll come in. Sorry. Oh, sorry.
And at the end of the day, we got something. And at the end of the day, we got something called reflections, and we have to reflect on our day about what our favourite bit of the day was, and the hardest part of the day was.
So when you finish your planning, you must take it to the teacher. They have to check what you're doing, check all of your workshops, if it's right, like not too much fun, like all day. You have to do some of the learning that you have to do and all of the workshops you're doing with the teachers. And when you take it up to the teacher, they check it for you, and then they use their stamps. And then you can put it on in your folder, and then you can go and do what you have to do.
Again, my name is Ria, and I'm year 8.
I'm Leanne, I'm year 8 as well.
And we are in Learning Common 3, so our class ranges from year 5 to 8. And there's about 36 of us in our class, and we all come together, and even though we are different ages, we have our own projects, but we still learn together. And for our common, we plan differently to the kids in other commons, and this is how we plan our day.
Okay, so this is my calendar here, and then we have our class calendar up in the top corner. So we come in the morning, and we're before 9 o'clock even, and then we sit down and we grab a device and we go on our Google calendars. So we log in, we get ready, set up, and then we go into our class calendar. And so we literally go scrolling down, and we go look for our name in any workshops. When those workshops are on, we'll plan it in our day. And then any spare time that we have, we'll be learning on top for us. So we'll have like our project-based learning, and we'll have if you're doing music or if you're wanting to do a workshop or fitness or anything for other students, we'll plan it in there.
So as Anna said before, if you didn't catch, there was something called project-based learning, and what we do then is all the kids from LC3, we talk to our learning advisors, and we say, okay, so we are interested in, so I was interested in, I saw a video called Look Up, and if you haven't seen it on YouTube, it was a video about how devices and social media are coming a bit too much into our lives, to place it like that. So, back to project-based learning. So what we do is we contact our learning advisor. We have talks over how this project will affect us over the term, how we're going to have our maths, our science, our literacy all into this whole project, and how we're going to do it over the whole term, and how it can, what the outcomes could be from this project. And so this was my project that I did. So Gary Turk was the man who I got inspired from. My project was about how social media and devices relate to my class in general, because my, as you know, my school is basically device related, and I just thought, well, so many kids in my class, in the morning you see them, most likely they'll be on iPads playing Temple Run, or they'll be on laptops playing Animal Jam or something like that, rather than playing outside, getting some fresh air before the school day starts. And so I just wanted to know if what if I told them that a few years ago there wasn't like high-tech gadgets that they could come to school and immediately go, okay, here's an iPad, let's go play a game, rather than something that they could go outside and play on. So I gave them a challenge that they couldn't go on devices for around 3 hours. You should have heard the complaints. It was so interesting to see how many kids said I couldn't take it. It was so funny, and what I did to make sure, or that I knew that these guys had been able to do it, I gave them little slips saying, okay, so here is your challenge. I gave them 3 challenges, and each one had to go home or participate at school and get their parents or teachers to sign them off. So I gave them around about a day or 2 to do these challenges, and the results were actually really cool because once I gave them the challenges, after all my project was finished, now you see them running outside, they're in the gym, and most of their iPods are in their bags in the morning. So, and now my next step is I am doing a TED Talk about social media and how there is the good parts and then the bad parts, and how things that we can like kind of change around with social media, how we use it way too much. Like, a while ago, did anyone used to go to the coffee store or like the coffee shop and say, okay, here's a photo, and you used to meet up with friends and you used to share good old memories and reminisce and all that kind of place? How many of you do that now?
I have the photos on my phone.
Exactly. Your photos are on your phone, so you share them via message or email, right? That's where it's changing. Since we have social media and we have all these new fast ways, people forget that we're having lack of social interaction face to face. So that was one of my main goals that I had come across in my project. So that was basically my project for the whole term, and it was cool because I got to do what I was interested, and my teachers just guided me and supported me throughout the whole process. So